Well, here we are, homeward bound across the English Channel. Doing a nice easy 6 knots. In front of us is Devon, and astern of us, 80 miles away, is Brittany and Roscoff, where we left this morning just on the first flag of dawn at 0600 French time, which is 0400 Sun time and 0500 British time. I bought myself this lovely sail. It's beautiful now, blue sky, the wind's about a point abaft the beam, and the boat's just going so easily. And the reason why I've got this is because I motorsailed this morning, quite cynically. I came out of Roscoff and the waves were square. It was absolutely horrible. The wind was northwest, we were close haul, we were going nowhere. 4 knots, sticking our nose into the waves, and just misery. And I could see that the day wasn't going to end well, because if we didn't keep speed up, we weren't going to get in here till midnight. And punting around in Salcombe in the dark looking for a buoy is not my idea of fun. So the thing was, because we were going too slow, I started the engine and I motored. I had a sort of break point speed really. I had to be doing 6 knots for everything to work properly, to be able to make the passage in the time available. And so I motorsailed for the first half of the trip. And I'm so glad I did. I could have been a purist and hung out and tried to do it right, but it's not right, is it? You've got an engine, you're dragging all that weight around the oceans, you're towing a propeller if you're like me and you haven't got a folding one. Why not get some benefit from it? So I did, and I feel really good about it because it's just terrific now. Interesting actually seeing the landfall come up. It's a perfect landfall in perfect visibility. But years ago, we wouldn't have known what sort of landfall we were going to get until we saw it. And that's the great thing about today, isn't it? All that stress has gone. We know exactly where we are all the time. You might say some of the excitement's gone, and I suppose it has, but it's quite reassuring to know that what you see is what you think you're going to see. Another good thing about today has been the use of the rig. My Mason 44 Constance has got a cutter rig, a modern Bermudan cutter rig. Very different thing from the old gaff cutters that I used to sail with a big powerful staysail that was the workhorse of the rig. These days the Genoa really does most of the work, most of the time. And if you put the staysail up inside it when you're close hauled, nothing happens at all except that you can't see the luff of the Genoa. It's quite annoying really. But where it really pays off is in heavy weather. And this morning, motorsailing to windward, I didn't want the Genoa up, it was getting in the way really. So I got rid of it and I just put the staysail up, sheeted it nice and flat, put a reef in the main and just bashed on into the seas. And as the days improved, I left the staysail up, eased the sheet a bit as things got better, eased the main off, and then of course we ran out of power. So all I have to do then is unroll a bit of Genoa around the back of it. And more and more Genoa to keep my speed up to 6 knots. Actually I'm dropping back a bit now. I think I'm probably down to a steady 6 looking at the water going by. So as soon as I've finished chatting to you, I'm going to unroll some more Genoa and get our speed up to 7 knots again, because that's what we should be doing now. Lovely, lovely sailing. I'll be in Salcombe tonight and I'm going to have dinner in the cockpit. I don't know what I'm going to get yet, because we have these lovely Fray Bentos steak and kidney pies, the sailors standby. If you're in America you won't know what that is, but it's a sort of pie dish like this that's a tin, and you open the tin with your tin opener and you shove it in the oven, and that's all you have to do, and it all puffs up the pastry and what's in it is absolutely delicious. Open a can of spuds and that's you. Lovely dinner, dead easy. But unfortunately my French tin opener won't open steak and kidney pies. I don't know what the French do really. I suppose they have other ideas about a good dinner, but the first thing I do when I get to Plymouth a bit later on this week, I'm going to buy myself a decent British tin opener that'll open a Fray Bentos steak and kidney pie. So that's it. That's the plan. Meanwhile, I think it's curry night tonight, lads. I'll make one. I love making a curry. I'll treat Ros and she won't be sorry. It'll be force 10, which is more than we're getting now.